What is up, y'all? Kevin Kuhn here from Athlete Factors. This is the Athlete Factors podcast, and today just wanted to cover a couple topics. So, U.S. Olympic team trials, specifically for track and field, that's been going on since this past weekend, and when this episode drops, Friday, which is tomorrow, please tune in to the men's steeplechase because my buddy Daniel Mahalski, friend of the podcast, and coach at Laterno University, will be competing in finals for the 3K steeplechase. He already has the Olympic standard, so if he's top three, he's representing the U.S. I'm super pumped. I'm really excited about it. I think he's got a really good shot. He's in phenomenal shape, or as they say in the world of running, he's got some solid fitness, yeah, I'm really excited about it. The Olympic trials has been playing on my TV basically nonstop. I've been rewatching races. Like, I'm so fired up, y'all. Along those same lines, I've been watching a ton of Euro 2020. So the European Championships for football, soccer, for those of us here in the U.S., that was supposed to happen last summer, but because of COVID, they pushed it to this summer. It's always fun to watch. I remember watching it back in, I guess it was 2016, the last European Championships, when Portugal won. Phenomenal. Just all the games were amazing, and this tournament has been no different. It's been really exciting just to watch. England's playing well. France is always playing well. But then there's some surprises in there as well, which, I always like an upset. So if y'all haven't seen any of that, I encourage you to watch that. We're getting out of the group stage and into the elimination rounds, so it's pretty awesome. Back to track and field. So if y'all have paid any attention, I'm sure by now you've heard about the notorious burrito scandal. So I don't have all the details. I wish I knew more about it. But if y'all haven't heard of basically the top American in the 15 and 5K, on the women's side, Shelby Houlihan tested positive. And I think this was back in like January when it all went down, but we weren't getting information about it until basically the past week or so. And she tested positive for nandrolone, and the claim is that it came from a tainted burrito, a tainted beef burrito. And like I said, I don't know. I've heard a lot of details from people who know more about the science than I do, about the amount of... The idea is you can test positive for nandrolone by eating pig organ meat, but not just pig organ meat. It has to be from a male pig, and not just a male pig, a non-castrated male pig. The amount of non-castrated pig organ meat that you'd have to eat, or that would have to be available or present in a beef burrito, seems pretty high. So I don't know. I hope we get more information about it, because it's a weird situation. Anytime this sort of thing happens, especially right before the U.S. Olympic trials, or right before an Olympic year, or right before an Olympic Games, it sucks. That stinks. So, from the perspective of WADA, they say, hey, you are 100% responsible for anything that you consume, so including food. So and then the testing standards are extremely, extremely crazy. The levels that they test to are probably, in most cases, way past what you can detect from someone who's actually cheating, who's actually taking a banned substance knowingly. So if they're testing and they can find molecules, or they can find the presence of a specific banned substance, but it's at a level that, yeah, it's detectable, but it's not a level that's actually providing any benefit. Like, what are we doing here? We're gonna disqualify somebody who is not cheating, but I don't know. I don't understand how they come to the decisions that they do sometimes, but regardless, it's a controversial topic, and a lot of I've been following it quite a bit on Twitter, and some people are like, hey, if this happened to, someone from Kenya, or if this happened to someone from, like, name a country, if it happened to them, we would be up in arms about how this is ridiculous. It doesn't matter if it was an accident or if it was deliberate. Like, sorry, that's the standard, get them out. But because it's quote unquote our athlete, a lot of people are like, no, this obviously shouldn't have happened. We need to figure this out. There has to be some sort of an appeal process. And at this point, I don't think anything can be done. She did not compete at the trials. So, but it reminds me of what happened with Justin Gatlin after his 2004 Olympics. I don't remember if it was the following year or maybe a few years after that, but he tested positive, and I think at that point it was his third offense, not his third quote unquote positive testing offense, but just if you miss a test, or if you don't inform them of prescription drugs that you're taking, and then those show up then they're like, hey, you should have told us that this was in here. So I don't know exactly what all happened there, but I do know that he had some issues beforehand, and this was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. He got an 8-year ban, I believe, which in track and field, that's essentially a death sentence when it comes to your ability to compete and train and make a living, make money. So he came back, and in 2017 he was world champ and beat Usain Bolt. So yeah, all that to say, a 4-year ban or whatever Shelby Houlihan has to deal with it's rough for sure. If everything is the way she says it is, hopefully she'll be back and continue to have an amazing running career. And if not, I don't know. Hopefully we can all learn lessons from situations like this. So that's pretty much it for today, y'all. It's kind of just watch the trials, and enjoy it. Like, we've all had a rough 18 months, and hopefully we're making our way out of this this COVID pandemic and heading towards quote unquote normality or normalcy, whichever you prefer. And just being able to watch the soccer tournament and the trials and then the Olympic Games late July and into August. Like, I am so pumped, y'all. I'm really excited, and it's really lit a fire underneath me in my training. So use it as motivation as well. So stay tuned for next week's episode. we will catch you right back here, same place. Adios. Take care.